When you look at this video's title, which and where, you may wonder why I have combined these two different concepts together. It's probably the case in English, but after watching this video, hopefully you will understand why I have done this. If we can understand the logic of our language, it will help us to learn this language more efficiently as well as to express ourselves better. So before we talk about the question words, which and where, let's take a look at this Chinese character, bin. In ancient times, the Chinese character bin looked like this. It originally meant an edge, a margin, a side, or a border. And nowadays, this Chinese character can also be used as a base word for asking questions in Cantonese. Those questions can be related to people, objects, places, or even time. All you need to do is to combine the Chinese character bin with another Chinese character. Let's take a look at some examples. 邊個邊個邊啲邊啲邊度邊度邊日邊日 and the list goes on. In one of my previous videos, which is this one, I mentioned that 邊個 can mean who. If you haven't watched it yet, you can find the link down below and watch it later. But besides meaning who, this Chinese word 邊個 can also mean which one. For example, if you're holding two fruit items and you want to ask which one the other person prefers, you can ask 你想要邊個啊? The word 個 in 邊個 is a measure word, or it can be called a quantifier. It's like how we say 1 unit of something in English. For example, 1 slice of cake. As you can see, 邊個 can mean who or which one, depending on the context. Just to remember, when 個 is used as a measure word, we can't use it to refer to everything in Chinese because we usually use specific measure words for particular objects. If you're interested in this topic, there is a link down below. Coming back to today's topic, let's explore how to ask which and where together. Which in Cantonese. In Cantonese, with the word which, we need the Chinese character bin plus a measure word. For example, it can be translated as 邊個. But as I said before, we can't use 個 for all objects because there are different measure words for different situations. For example, we use 本 for a book. 邊本你想睇邊本書啊? We use 間 for restaurant. 邊間我哋去邊間餐廳好啊? We use 隻 for a color. 邊隻你鍾意邊隻色啊? It may sound quite complicated at first, but like everything else, it comes with practice and observing how others use those words in their conversations. Having said that, there are two commonly used measure words that can be applied to many things. For singular form is 邊樣, and you could simply ask 邊樣啊? 壽司同拉麵邊樣啊? For plural form is 邊啲. This phrase basically covers most things. 你鍾意邊啲啊? Where in Cantonese? In Cantonese, when we combine 邊 and 度, 邊度, it means where. It is used to ask about a location or a place. For example, 你今晚去咗邊度啊? 我可以喺邊度買到靚叉燒啊? Also, we could add some words before 邊 to refer to where. For example, 喺邊喺邊啊? 幫我攞部電話啊? 喺邊啊? Or 去邊去邊啊? 咦着到咁靚嘅? 去邊啊? A fun fact, 邊度 sometimes can mean more than where. For example, if someone gives you compliments in English, you would normally say thank you right? But in Chinese culture, it is very common for people to reject compliments by saying 邊度係啊, which means no, that's not true. The final particle "啊" here shows the speaker is being genuine. 你好叻啊，咁都識，邊度係啊? To summarize, to ask which, we use 邊 plus a measure word. To ask where, we can use 邊度. Now that we know the Chinese word 邊 plays an important role in asking which and where, let's have a quick test. Would you ask 最近嘅地鐵站喺邊啊? Or 最近嘅地鐵站喺邊度啊? Would you ask 邊度嘢係你㗎? Or 邊啲嘢係你㗎? Now that we have basic ideas of how to ask which and where, do you know how to say this and that? You may find this video useful.